Good evening, everybody. It is meteorologist Agent Weather Forecast, guys, and welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Monday evening. I do apologize for posting a lot later than I usually do in the weekdays. I actually had some high school tennis I was going to do, and it was actually 2 hours, so it was from 4:30 to 6:30, and I had to eat dinner and all that. But yeah, it's pretty long. I'm just exhausted right now. So I won't be responding to all your comments. I'll take a shower, and I'm just going to go to bed super early. So if I don't respond to your comments, I'll just respond to them in the morning. But yeah, so we're basically be doing a bit of a different video. It's a U.S. forecast concept, but we're gonna be doing like why these cold fronts could be bringing a lot more snow in the eastern United States and maybe even the southeastern United States. So we could actually have better chances to have snow this November with these cold fronts and this new pattern change. So it's kind of a U.S. forecast, but kind of not, I guess. But don't know really how to explain it. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot when you check out my channel. I did make a new community post this morning on my official dates on my winter forecast. So go ahead and check out the community tab or the community post if you have not already done so. And I want to be I want to say that we're so close to 1,900 subscribers. We're 20 away. So if you know any friends or family that you think will enjoy my channel or anything, be sure to share them the link of my channel. I do daily weather forecast, so they'll get new information every single day. So without further ado, let's get in this video. Since we're not going to be holding up the National Weather Service because we don't have any active alerts like whatsoever on this at all. We have like one thing in the west for like fog or air quality, but that's really it. So I'm not going to be putting a couple minutes just on that. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at tropical tidbits. We're gonna be looking at two models here with these the temperature anomalies, because we are gonna be talking about how we can have many cold fronts coming in from Canada. But again, like I said, it's not just one or two. We're gonna have multiple, one after the other. So it could be bringing a lot more chances for having snow out there and for areas to the Midwest and the Eastern United States, and it's gonna bring in a bigger chance. Like yeah, we have snow over here. Like let me do that. Yeah, we have snow over here like every November at some point, but there's a bigger chance because we're gonna have super duper cold temperatures. We're gonna have possibly winter conditions in fall, and that's gonna increase the chance for having possibly frozen precipitation. So yeah, we're seeing a bit of a cold front out here in the Midwest. Very close from now, we're gonna be seeing early cold front. So to be number one, the cold front that we had for Halloween left. And we're gonna be having a bit of a warm up in the areas in the eastern coast. Again, we're gonna have the very warm temperatures out here in the west. So we're not gonna be really talking about the west a lot in the video. We're gonna be focusing on these cold fronts. So if you guys complain about me not posting on the west, I do apologize, or not focusing on the west, I do apologize. But that's why you can see the west still here, so you can pay attention to the west if you want. But yeah, we are going to be seeing some very cold temperatures in my area next week. We're going to be seeing a high of 48 on Tuesday and a low 28. Let me tell you, that is not temperatures we see in November 12th. I don't remember the last time we've had a low that low before Thanksgiving or before December. I really do not remember. So we're gonna be seeing incredibly cold conditions, and we're gonna have even colder conditions right here. We're gonna have possibly single digits in these areas, and that's why we could have more frequent snowstorms that will go a bit more south than we usually do. We can maybe have some snowstorms right here, maybe some snowstorms right here by the end of November. Again, the radars are changing every single day, so there can be anything there's a possibility for anything. So this is the big cold front. So this is the second cold front right here, and as you can tell, we have a third one right here. We have two cold fronts connected to each other. Like, look at almost all of Canada, or almost all of southern Canada is seeing below average temperatures. We're going to definitely be seeing the cold conditions right here, though. And then we'll have the heart of it coming in from the third part. So, yeah, by November 9th, we'll be seeing very cold conditions for many areas in the northeast. And also for the south central and to the Midwest, we're seeing up to 12 degrees below average. And many of you guys' areas have some very cold averages, so they can definitely bring cold ones. So here's the second one. Here's the third one. This is the major one. And this is technically our fourth of the month. This is going to be incredible how big and powerful this thing is. This thing is going to push down. It's going to bring in incredibly cold temperatures. This can be around 20 degrees below average. Our average out there is like 20 degrees at the low. So we can be seeing single to negative digits in early November. But look at this. This is going to be incredibly crazy. Like, look how big this is. This is honestly really surprising. It's also going to be one of our coldest Novembers we've seen in the past couple of years. This can be possibly a historic November. Again, it's not one or two cold fronts. They're major, and they're going to be going to the south, on the deep south. They're not going to go like this. Like, that's not what it is going to do. It's going to go like straight down to the south. So areas in Florida, northern Florida, can be seeing to 15 degrees below average. Areas in southern Louisiana, southern Georgia, southern Alabama can be seeing up to 17 degrees below average. And it's a very, very big area. We have almost this whole circle of the east seeing well below average temperatures, and this can continue. And then we have a fifth cold front that will bring in very cold temperatures for the 16th, but not as bad, and that'll be more of a Canada cold front. And then we have this will be our sixth one that does not become super duper widespread. Again, these will change as we go on. But yeah, I'm honestly very, very excited, but not super duper ready for this super duper cold temperatures, as we have somewhat very long summers / fall, so like those 40s and 50s, so it kind of takes time. I wanted it to go slowly, so slowly getting to the 30s, slowly getting those 20s. But I'm gonna go from this week having a high 65 with that warm up to next week having a low or a high up to 48 with a 20-degree difference. So I'm not ready for that jump, but I also am, because I love the cold. Like, I just love the cold, and seeing 20s in early November is kind of rare, but it's not like super duper rare like Windstorm Benji and all. But it hasn't happened. It doesn't happen every year. So let me just wait for this European model to load. But yeah, let's wait. Okay, so it finally loaded up. I don't want to make this video super duper long, since it's kind of late, and I do not want to like spend too much of this video on like these temperature anomalies. So I'm just going to be starting on November 7th, which is a Thursday. I don't want to go over the same exact things, because they are somewhat showing these same things. It's just different numbers, so I'm not going to be going over a lot of it. But again, we're seeing that super duper cold temperatures in the areas in the northern plains, up to 16 degrees below average. We may be possibly feel like in the single digits. And then here it is. The European is actually favoring it not go to the super duper deep south. So we'll have these areas in the deep south that will not be seeing super as cold as it is showing in the GFS, but we have that little area from the south central that could be seeing it to 6 degrees to 7 degrees below average. I don't know why I did that. And as you can tell, as we go on deeper into November, we see bigger cold fronts, and obviously bigger and colder. But this is the big major one. This is super duper big. It covers most of Alberta, covers a lot of British Columbia. It's just huge. But look at this, 20 degrees below average. We could be seeing feel likes in the negatives on the 10th of November, guys. This is super crazy. Like, this could honestly, I've had feelings since late October that we were gonna have a super cold November. I'm just gonna admit it. But look how big this huge area is, though. It's super big. Like, it's not this little. It's not like a little small area like this. It is covering almost 10 to 11 states, and it's going to be bringing up to 20 degrees below average, and it's covering most of southern most of southern Canada, and it's going to bring super duper cold temperatures, possibly record breaking cold. Not like record breaking, like they've never seen those temperatures before, but like how early it is happening. Like, that's like, look, 20 to 23 degrees below average. In my whole almost year of doing YouTube or looking at these maps, I've never seen a color go so well below average. Like, I've never seen it go past like 19 or 20. But look, this is incredibly big. Like, this is honestly kind of like record breaking for just me looking at it. And it's going to bring in super duper cold temperatures for Georgia. It's going to bring in 23 degrees below average into the areas in the deep south. Like, we're definitely going to have to watch that. It's the 13th of November. So keep on looking at your weather apps, whatever you use, because these temperatures, if you're anywhere in the east, you're definitely gonna be seeing, as the days go on, those temperatures on your weather apps keep on going down, because those weather apps don't go they go up to 15 days, but they don't like update it like these temperature anomalies do. Like, it's kind of different. So they're definitely gonna be dropping. Like the one where I'm seeing 48 degrees, it completely dropped from 35 degrees at the low to 28. So yeah, it's definitely be getting cold. So now let's wait for the GFS to load. So now it's for basically, I guess, the fun part for you guys, because this is now the radar part. So this is where we're seeing exactly how many snowstorms we're going to be seeing, basically, with these cold fronts keep on happening. So you get to maybe find out if you have a chance in getting snow. So if you live in Tennessee, Georgia, maybe southern Kentucky, like, you guys don't get snow until maybe at earliest very, very late November, maybe even mid-November for Kentucky. But again, we're going to be seeing these cold fronts. Again, not every single cold front is going to bring snow, but it could bring in a lot of precipitation. So again, we're going to be seeing this cold front right now, November 7th. That's going to bring in very cold air. Again, like we saw in more of the Ohio Valley. And look, that can bring in possibly our second or third lake effect snow. That depends on where you live. We're bringing some snow for Fort Wayne, Indiana, Toledo, Ohio. Cleveland could be seeing a mix. Buffalo, New York, just a couple miles away from Albany. As we go into November 8th, we'll have even more snow for Augusta and Portland, Maine, Vermont, and Burlington. Albany will get their first snowfall of the year, I think, unless they had that mountain snow a couple weeks ago. Areas near Charleston, West Virginia, area near Harrisburg State College. And then we have that super duper big cold front that will be bringing in up to 23 degrees below average for these huge areas. As you can guess, it does form a major snowstorm. We can have a lot of snow from Montana all the way into areas near Muskegon, Michigan. This could bring in a lot of snowfall for the Midwest. So again, these cold fronts kind of like they stay here for a bit of it, so these cold fronts do enter again. They do bring in a cold air a lot for this area, and then they move to the south. So we are definitely going to be seeing the snow more to the north of the southeast. Like, again, we're going to have to wait for a huge one in very late November. So someone maybe bringing a little mountain snow right here. Maybe we can have a little mountain snow, or maybe a little early snow right here. We're just going to have to wait out for this. But this can bring in some snow for Indianapolis, Toledo, Columbus, Erie, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, St. Louis, Aurora, Illinois. And that can actually bring in some snow bit to maybe even southern Kentucky. And look, the cold front can maybe even bring in an ice mix for Louisiana and Texas. That's how deep this cold front's going to go. And again, that's going to bring, at this point, it's going to bring in like 17 degrees below average for that area. And then we have another snowstorm by November 14th. That's when this huge cold front out here in the south bringing in up to 23 degrees below average. And that's when we have our fifth cold front coming in. That'll bring in more of a Midwest snowstorm out there for maybe near areas out there into Green Bay, into maybe even Duluth. And that will eventually bring in another lake effect snow. But again, by November 15th, we can have another possible southern storm. We can have some snow out there, just basically in the middle, or kind of not middle Tennessee, but like, near what's it called, Chattanooga, Tennessee, near the border of northwest Georgia. It's not in the mountains, but it can even bring some snow for northern Kentucky, most of West Virginia. So these are technically considered southern snowstorms because it's November 15th. You don't really see a mix in Tennessee November 15th or November 15th. It's happened before, but not super duper likely. And again, by November 18th, we have another snowstorm. So we can have snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm in completely opposite condition places. This is where the border is with the warm and the cold. Okay, we can have at least 2 lake effect snow. We're gonna have at least 3 Midwest snow. We can have maybe one ice mix there. That's most likely going to change. And then we can have maybe 2 out here in the Appalachians. And then obviously we can have maybe even 2 to /3 out there. So that's somewhat how many snowstorms we can see. And then we can have another one by November 18th. That can be the big one. This can be the difference changer, bringing some snow from Milwaukee, Green Bay, all those areas. And then we can have another snowstorm by November 20th. And then look, we can maybe even have some snow in the west. But look how you notice that there's not that much snow in the mountains in the Rockies. Yeah, we have it forming in Montana, but it completely leaves. Like usually, look, we haven't seen a single thing like that because of the super duper warm air. Like, look how this cold air is gonna bring in. Usually in November, early November, we had that talk about western snowstorms in the Rockies. But now we're going to have to focusing on the east now with this cold air. Like the opposite where we saw Bessie and Aubrey form. That was when we had that cold air in the west. So again, completely different conditions now. So now this November, we're going to have to worry about the east instead of the west. Yes, we're going to have to worry about the west for the warm temperatures, but I mean my snowstorm wise. Yeah, we can have a couple inches in the Rockies, but we're not going to be having what we see. So again, it's definitely going to be a lot drier for the west. A lot drier and a lot warmer. If you guys haven't seen my November forecast. If you guys have not seen my November forecast, be sure to check it out. It's pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. This video was a lot longer than I thought, so it was maybe 11 to 12 minutes long. I do apologize for the late video and for the long video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will post tomorrow, I think, at normal time. So bye, guys.